Well, good evening, everybody. We're going to get started here in just a moment. But before we do, I'd like to give you just a couple of brief instructions about tonight's activities. Graduation from the South King County Fire Training Consortium Fire Recruit Academy is truly a significant accomplishment. And we want this night to be special. Special for you as family members, special for the recruits. We want it to be memorable because it is a very special night. Being pinned with your badge is truly a highlight. And believe me, these recruits absolutely earned it. So tonight, during the badge pinning ceremony, two things are going to happen. One is really important, is that we're going to call two names at the same time. And so we know you love to scream and shout when you hear your recruit's name called, but let the two names be called, and then you can give it all you got for those two guys, okay? And then the other part of that is that if you are the one who's pinning the badge, when you hear your recruit's name called, we want you to come right on up. But if you're with that family and you've got a phone with a camera on it or a camera, or you want to take video, get right out of your seats, come right on up and get the pictures and the videos that you want, because that's that moment, getting that badge pin, that's the special moment. And so we want you to be able to have pictures of that when that happens. So don't be shy, come right on up. The last thing is that tonight we have our honor guard going to be posting colors. And we're going to have the national anthem sung. So when you hear we'll ask you to stand, and then when you hear the honor guard commander give the command for all uniformed personnel present arms. If you're in uniform tonight, it'll be a sharp salute, hold until you hear the words to order arms. But if you're not in uniform, in civilian attire, we want you to join us as well by placing your hand up over your heart. So when you hear the words for all uniformed personnel present arms, your hand would go up over your heart, just like you're doing the Pledge of Allegiance. Hold it there until you hear the word order arms, and you can put your arm down. So let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to call up our training chief of the South King County Fire Training Consortium, Deputy Chief Jimmy Webb.
Good evening. It's my honor to welcome you here tonight to the graduation ceremony of the South King County Fire Training Consortium's Recruit Academy 13. I'd like to begin by thanking those that made tonight possible. First, I want to thank the River of Life leadership staff and congregation for again supporting our graduation ceremony. This would not be possible without them. Next, thank you to Chaplain Pat, Chief Pollock for their guidance and leadership, the Training Consortium's admin staff, Tina, Linda, Kelly, and Brady. They're amazing. The Recruit Academy instructor cadre sitting up here, battalion chiefs and training officers from the consortium. I'd like to thank firefighter Kyle Hicks, Captain Alex Sharoni. They're the masterminds behind the recruit video you'll watch tonight. The pipes and drums team, the honor guard, and so many others that had a hand in making tonight special. Finally, to each of you here tonight, I'd like to thank you for joining us, and thank you for your support you've shown your loved one over the last 20+ weeks. We know that all of you have sacrificed in some way to make this important milestone possible. With that said, this evening is about the recruits. Class 13 has firefighters from 5 different fire departments. Although they wear different patches tonight, they have a unique bond, and they're now brothers and sisters in the fire service. So let's get them in here. Will the recruits of Class 13 please enter?
Would you please join the recruits and stand as honor guard posts the colors?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Ready, face. Forward, march.
Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you, Firefighter Eden, for the singing of the national anthem, honor guard, pipes and drums. Really greatly appreciate your time here and helping us with the honors afforded to our recruits and their families. I'd like to ask Chaplain Loretta Green with Renton Fire Emergency Services to come and offer the invocation for tonight's ceremony.
I'm excited for you guys. Father God, we acknowledge your presence here tonight. Thank you for leading and directing all of the staff and instructors in their endeavor to hire and then train the men and women represented here tonight. We pray for the protection, both mentally and physically, over these new recruits as they embark on this huge opportunity to serve the communities that their districts represent. It's never just the new recruits on this journey, so we are also lifting up the families that have supported and believed in them. Thank you for them. God, we are grateful and honored to celebrate them and all that they have accomplished in these last several months. Please be with them day in and day out going forward. Thank you for what you're about to do in their lives. In his name, amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Loretta. It's an honor to be able to introduce Fire Chief Matt Morris for the Chief's address. Chief Morris joined Puget Sound Fire nearly 5 years ago after serving as the fire chief in Henderson, Nevada. Chief Morris started his career in the fire service in 1990, serving the cities of Boulder City and Henderson in Nevada. He's a graduate of the Executive Fire Officer Program through the National Fire Academy, earned his bachelor's degree in business as well as his master's in business. Chief Morris serves on the e-board for the King County Fire Chiefs Association. He's the president of the board for the nonprofit Dawn and is currently the seat number 2 representative for the Washington State Fire Chiefs. Would you please welcome to the stage Fire Chief Matt Morris.
Good evening. Wow, it's really bright. If I'd known I'd have worn a hat. Sorry about the glare. I see there's a few people that can sympathize with me, so I appreciate that. So good evening. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to spend a little bit of time with you this evening and share some thoughts. I do want to take a second and just thank our elected officials for all of our agencies for their continued support. Not only support for our agencies, but for the consortium as well. A special thanks to the consortium training support staff, the training officers, Chief Webb. This would not be possible without any of them. And I will tell all you cadets that if you need a mentor or you want an idol, somebody you want to be like, they're all sitting right over there, right? So, a special thanks to the family, friends, loved ones of these cadets. Their success is a direct reflection of your love and support for sure, so thank all of you. Thanks to all of you, the cadets. Thank you for the hard work and the effort for the last 20 weeks or so. Congratulations on being here tonight. It's a huge accomplishment, and we're really excited and proud of all of you. You know, I realize that everybody here is anxious to get to the badge pinnings, right, and get past cadet and become probationary, right? And so I promise I won't take long, but I do want to take a few minutes and share a couple thoughts with you. And I'm hopeful that these thoughts are somewhat beneficial to all of you as you start your journey, right, in the fire service and in public safety. I thought I would start the conversation tonight about telling a story about a moment in my life that was very transformational. And then I thought I'd wrap up with a few thoughts. So like Chaplain Pat mentioned, I started my career a long time ago. I actually started my career of service in 1984 when I joined the military. I joined the United States Navy when I came right out of high school. Is there any other veterans in the room tonight? Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, thank you all for your service as well. Yeah. Anybody serve any time on an aircraft carrier? You're gonna like this story then. Yeah, you'll get this. All right, so this story is about a gentleman named Gunner Strong. Gunner Strong was a mentor to me and a person that had a huge impact early in my life. Gunner Strong was the air boss on the aircraft carrier that I was assigned to. What an air boss is that's the officer that is in charge of all the flight operations and on the flight deck. You know, he's obviously a very highly ranked, highly respected, and very powerful officer on that ship. And his nickname was Gunner. And he had that nickname because he started his career during the Vietnam War as a door gunner in the Marine Corps. He was a maverick in the Navy, which means he was meritoriously advanced from enlisted to officer because basically he was just that good. I mean, this man, literally, this man was a legend, and he was universally respected and feared. He was every bit 100% military, and he'd had to have been in the military for at least 25 years by the time I met him. Me, I'd been in the Navy for about a year and a day, right? Thought I knew everything. It's on the aircraft carrier. We deployed in the Indian Ocean. We've been out there for quite a while. And it's important to kind of mention that life on a ship is pretty routine, mundane, and can become a real grind. Life on a ship is very strict. There's rules and safety regulations for everything, including where you can stand and walk on the flight deck. Starting to get a hint of what might have happened that day. Now, what I did wrong that day that allowed me to meet Gunner Strong really isn't the point of the conversation tonight, and I just as soon save that for another day. But let's just say I didn't follow the rules. I made a conscious decision to do something that was contrary to the rules. I made that decision because I was lazy, because I was disconnected, and because I really didn't think it was a big deal. There's all kinds of rules. This one's not that big of a deal. And so I broke a rule. That action that I took led to a string of events that day on the aircraft carrier that could have been a very tragic occurrence. I fouled the deck. They had to wave an aircraft off on the last second on their approach. And yeah, I made that happen. Yeah, it was a big deal, evidently, I found out. So after I got to be escorted over to the tower to meet with Gunner Strong, the air boss, I gotta be honest, I was pretty terrified. He's an intimidating person, and I was expecting him to absolutely lose his mind and just rip me apart. But he surprised me. He walked out from behind his desk, he calmly, coolly, and he simply asked me a couple of questions. And so tonight, I'm gonna offer you the same. And he didn't even have to get in trouble. So the questions he asked me, the first thing he asked me was, why did you join the Navy and why are you here? Basically, why are you here? The second question he asked me, what kind of sailor do you want to be? And if so, what are you doing about it? And so now I'm going to ask you the same questions. Now, obviously, these are rhetorical, so please don't scream at me. We're not on the drill ground. Thanks. So here we go. Why are you a firefighter? Why are you here? You know, Gunner Strong shared with me how my actions had placed others at risk that day, risked the lives of an air crew, everyone on board that ship, risked the mission of that aircraft carrier, and potentially weakened the strength of the Navy, and even potentially weakened the strength of our nation, because some dumb 19-year-old kid chose to not follow the rules. Obviously, I'd never seen it from that perspective. He explained to me that while it may feel like as a young sailor you have no significant role in the Navy, he obviously emphasized that it was about the role, and I played a critical role in the success. But then he looked at me and said, it's about the role. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about something much bigger and more important than you. It's not about you. And so I ask you again, why are you a firefighter? What is your personal reason for being a firefighter? Do you know your own personal why? And how does that align with the why of the fire service and your organization? You know, the why of the fire service is simply based in taking care of people, doing whatever is necessary to serve our communities and help people in their worst moments, in the moments they can't manage themselves. The why is not about fighting fires. It's not about running EMS calls. It's not about academies. It's not about inspections or teaching classes. That's just what we do. It has nothing to do with why we do it. As firefighters, you're being asked by people that you serve and protect. They're asking you to do something for them. They're asking you to protect the thing that they hold dearest to them. And that's the love that they have in the relationships with the people that are important to them. You are here to protect the relationships that they hold the most dear to themselves. That's why you're here. And so I ask you, why are you here? Is it to take care of people, regardless of what they need? Are you here to make a difference in the lives of others? Is it to do whatever's asked to help accomplish the mission? Or is it because of the schedule? Working 8 days a month is not a terrible thing. Is it about the shiny trucks? Those are cool. They are. Is it because you want to drive with lights and sirens and wear a badge? I'm going to tell you that if you're here for the paydays and the 4 days, you're going to be disappointed. You are not going to enjoy this career. All of those things, while very important, and some of them are ridiculously fun, will not bring you any sense of fulfillment or contentment in this career. They are temporary things that come and go. In the words of Gunnar Strong, right? It's not about you. But if you are here to take care of people, to serve people, then you will be rewarded beyond my ability to share. You are going to experience moments you cannot imagine in this career. You will make friendships and build bonds with people that you cannot even begin to describe, right? Look at you today. Look at your relationships and the bonds you've built in the last 20 weeks. Yes, you're going to witness the darkest of man's nature, but you will also witness the greatest of miracles. You will be present for speechless tragedies, but also for moments of amazing grace and sacrifice. You will be witness to the worst and the best of our society. You will have an opportunity to make a difference in people's lives. I promise you that. Not too long ago, I had lunch with one of our firefighters. It was a great lunch and we had a great conversation. I learned a lot from this gentleman, and I want to share with you something that he shared with me that kind of stuck and resonated with me. And so from Ryan Dudley to you, Ryan said to me at lunch, he said, "You know, Chief, there's no service without sacrifice." Let that set in for a second, right? So what does all this have to do with you and your career in the fire service? I will tell you this: you need to know your why, and you need to keep it connected to the why of being a firefighter. Stay connected to it. Stay grounded in your why. It's how you will be able to treat people with compassion and respect when they offer you absolutely nothing in return. You stay grounded in your why. It's how you will stand up to criticism from people that don't even know you and that they question your character. You stay true to your why. You need to know your why. It will be the thing that keeps you healthy, motivated, focused during your career, and focused on taking care of others. It's not about you. Question 2. What kind of firefighter do you want to be, and what are you doing about it? When Gunnar Strong asked me this question, honestly, I had no idea how to answer. I just kind of stared at him, probably in a really blank, open-mouthed look. He was kind, and he just started to talk, right? And he shared that critical mission success, the thing that makes a mission, a group successful, is that we are dependent on everyone being trustworthy. Trusted to not only do your job, but to be the best at your job. And to know the jobs of the people around you. You must have unquestionable credibility. Your credibility is the basis of that trust. And that credibility is why you're sitting here today. You've earned that first level of trust. Every person must perform and exceed their expectations to be successful. They must be trusted. So here's where it gets confusing. It is about you. And so I ask you again, what kind of firefighter do you want to be, and what are you doing about it? Your communities, your agencies, your fellow firefighters, they simply demand and they deserve that you be the best. They extend that trust to you, and they trust that you will become the best. But let's talk about what the best firefighter really looks like. Let's unpack that for a second. The obvious answer is that that the best firefighter is a master of skills and techniques. You can pull hose, catch a hydrant, take a blood pressure, cut a roof, do all that. And that's true. But that's just the easy answer. Everyone must be able to do that. You wouldn't be sitting here if you couldn't do that, right? But I'll offer you that the best firefighter is someone that knows that they will struggle and they will even fail. The best firefighter is humble. He's humble enough, or she is humble enough, to own those moments. The best firefighters take responsibility and they're honest. They own it. The best firefighter is a person who will share those lessons so that no one else can make the same mistake. The best firefighter is a person that will always strive to be better and is the first to recognize that they don't know everything and they always have more to learn. The best firefighter is intentional in building trust and relationships through their words and their actions. The best firefighter is a person of character and is trustworthy. So after Gunner Strong shared the demand for credibility and character, he asked if I understood and if I agreed. Of course, my answer was, "Sir, yes, sir." And then he asked, "Well, then, if it is about you, after all, what are you going to do about it?" I was expecting him to tell me about training classes, special works projects, studying promotions, etc. But he surprised me. He just asked me, what am I doing to keep myself healthy and well? He said, to be the best, you must be resilient. You must be able to stand up to the wear and tear of this career. It's no different for you. You have to take care of yourself to take care of others. It is all about you. We all recognize and we acknowledge, right, that being a firefighter is dangerous. It's a demanding profession. We know that there are inherent risks to our physical and mental health. A 30-plus career in the fire service will place demands on you that you have to be able to withstand and to be the best. So let me offer you a few of my personal thoughts and recommendations as we get to the end. The first recommendation I have for you to take care of yourself is to train. Train, train, train. Train like your life depends on it, because it does. Always, always be open to learn. Take your physical health serious. Stay in shape. Take care of your body. Work on your functional capacity. Is Steve Rawson here? He'll love that I said that. Work on your capacity to do the job. You have an amazing resource in Steve Rawson. Lean on him. If you work out with him, you will be leaning on him. Keep yourself in shape. Get your medical, physical done annually. You may not be required to do it annually. Do it annually. The occurrence rate of heart and lung disease, cancers, are significantly higher in firefighters. Early detection is the key to survival. The only reason that I'm standing here tonight and sharing these thoughts with you is because I'm a cancer survivor that was discovered in my annual physical and was discovered early. Get your physicals, please. It'll save your life. Take care of your mental health. There's a reason firefighters have the schedule they do and that they work 8 or 9 days a month. You need your days off. Time off is incredibly important. You have to give yourself time to feel, process, recover from this job. You will struggle. When you're struggling, reach out. Reach out. Use your support systems. Trust your loved ones. Reach out to programs. There's many, many programs available. Remember that the best firefighter is humble and even a little vulnerable. It's okay to struggle. You just got to get help. Do not try to power through the struggle, right? Yeah, I see some people smiling. Please, please, if you're struggling, get help. So in closing, thank you for your patience. Thank you for allowing me to be able to share some thoughts. I hope that these thoughts may resonate with you and stick. You know, being a firefighter is an absolute honor and a blessing. It's the most incredible feeling in the world to walk into a situation and know that the people that are in their worst moments trust you completely. Never do anything to violate that trust. Always work to build that trust and be the best firefighter possible. Remember why you're here. You're here to serve without conditions and to simply take care of people. And remember, please, the lessons of Gunner Strong. Keep his memory alive. He was a great man. And remember, it's not about you, but it is about you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Morris, for those words of wisdom and encouragement. Very well said. Well, as you've heard and what you've experienced with your recruits coming home exhausted from training, the academy is no easy task. And this class of recruits laughed and they cried and shared trauma of the recruit academy. It was fun, it was hard, and they came through it with flying colors. We have a video that we're going to show you of some of the highlights of this incredible journey that they have spent together over the last 19 weeks. And you'll be able to get a glimpse of the hard work that these 25 recruits put into their trainings. Let's watch this video.
That is your only job. Yes, sir. 5, go my CCP. You're going to be at the back of the area. Understood. All right, where do you want to? Come with me. Ain't no fear in my soul. I lost all my control. They're coming through. Clear. I love taking a risk. Ain't no chain on my wrist. Like this. Outside the lines. Find no pain on mine. Can't run, can't go.
Hey, why are you attacking this innocent man?
Hey, how are you? Hi, good. Good. Tell me what's going on today, sir. I am really busy right now, but it's like... Let out the beast. Let out the beast. Let's go.
back pain, did not describe hitting his head or losing consciousness, and has been on the ground level the entire time. He was underneath the car.
I do this on purpose, right? Like we create some stress, we give the opportunities to kind of have things go sideways. When your call changes, do your appropriate upgrades, right? So you guys added a medic in pretty early on for
One to 1,000.
And then it's a visual cue, so it'll tell you depth-wise and tell you recoil. Instead of just holding it, I just hand it off to whoever's doing CPR. So.
He screams out in pain.
Push with your left foot, right?
Sure, this is a lot of
Take care of your life threats and then get back on your game, right? Process patience. It's been the same way. I see good progression.
But we still got some room to go before we put all of the pieces together.
That's what this next couple of days are for, is to really hone in on your skills.
Should be no surprise. Legs are getting that head position right. Take pulse, take the pulse. Wait for breathing.
Stop breathing.
Fire 282.
92.
CPR progress.
1, 2, 3. You lead? Yeah. That's the next breath. I'll take one. Last round, and then we're going to analyze. Clear patient.
Hard left.
Copy, assisting engine 6 on the 3rd floor.
You were saying you were the fire department, but you didn't tell me what you were doing. You kept trying to manhandle me, so I manhandled you back. Johnson, that cop type of move doesn't work in bunker here, just so you know, buddy.
Someone gonna come forward.
He was a semi-professional baseball player.
How do you?
That was a great video. It was intense. Really showed, really captured the training that our recruits went through and the things that they experienced out there on the drill fields, and a lot of work. It's no easy task. It's hard work. It's draining physically, emotionally, mentally, and not just for the recruits. There's a tremendous amount of work for our academy instructors, our training officers, who literally put their hearts into these recruit firefighters to make them the best that they can possibly be. I'd like to ask Battalion Chief Tom Johnson and our academy training officers to the stage as they're going to present the awards. And as they come, I would love for you to give them a huge round of applause for all the work they did do and for saying thank you for the dedication that they give to our fire recruits.
Good evening. My name is Tom Johnson. I'm the Battalion Chief for Puget Sound Fire, and I'm the Instructor Coordinator for SKC FTC Recruit Academy Class 13. Standing beside me, we have Captain Bill Rodahl, Lieutenant Chris Gerke, Lieutenant Walter Hanks, Captain Anthony John, Captain Ryan Chadwick, Captain Jesse Nimmons. Together, we make up the instructor cadre for Academy 13. But it's not just us that navigates these recruits these 20 weeks of Academy. I'd like to draw your attention to the back of your program and take a moment to recognize all the individuals listed that helped to make Academy 13 successful, especially Captain Nate Strobel and Engineer Brian Estebal and the amazing job they did with the EMT portion of this Academy. Thank you all for your hard work and dedication. To graduate from this academy is a great accomplishment. So all of you sitting down there should be very proud of yourselves. Let's talk about awards. Awards are important in the fire service. They recognize those that perform above and beyond and exceed the standard. They signify dedication to a craft that is worthy of recognition. They are a great honor. Tonight, we will present awards that highlight outstanding performance during this academy. The first award presented tonight is the Marty Howard Physical Fitness Award. Marty Howard was a firefighter engineer for Kent Fire Department who worked tirelessly to promote health and wellness throughout the fire service in our state, region, and nation. Marty's motto was, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and be safe. It is in Marty's honor that we present this award. The SKC FTC is a physically demanding academy. Recruits are pushed to their limits and beyond each day. Recruits are tested 4 times in physical fitness throughout this academy. 2 times in a structured physical fitness that is comprised of a 2-mile run, push-ups, plank, and pull-ups. The second is a work capacity course. The work capacity course is a physically taxing task that mimics the work the recruits will perform on the drill field. This test is done in full bunker gear while breathing air through an SCBA and consists of throwing a ladder, using a sledgehammer to force a door, advancing a charged hose line, climbing 4 stories with a hose bundle on your shoulder, pulling a hose roll over a railing 4 stories high, carrying power tools, hitting a Kaiser sled, and finally dragging a mannequin. After these 4 tests were scored, the recruit with the highest score receives this award. For Academy 13, the Marty Howard Physical Fitness Award goes to Jeremiah McNeil from Puget Sound Fire. The next award of the evening is the Valedictorian Award. This award is presented to a recruit that has demonstrated the best academic performance throughout this academy. Not only are recruits challenged physically on the drill field, they are tested academically in the classroom as well, to include block tests, state certification exams, and EMT tests. The recruit who earned the Valedictorian Award had an average score of a 98.5%. The Valedictorian Award for Class 13 goes to Marc-Andre Simone Petrie from Renton Regional Fire Authority. The next award of the evening is a very special one, Top Rung Award. This award is special as it is the only award voted on by the recruits themselves. Recruits are asked to consider who they most would like to work alongside each day amongst their peers and who amongst them demonstrated excellence in the 4 pillars of the academy: attitude, effort, performance, and teamwork. When the recruits submit their votes, they are asked to write a short reason why they selected the winner. The winner from Class 13 was described by his fellow recruits as a reliable, humble, hard worker that you can trust. He was always there for everyone and always dependable. He never talks about being tired or sore. He motivates me to be mentally stronger. The Top Rung Award for Class 13 goes to Ryan McFarland from King County Fire District 2. The final award for the evening are the Chief Company Award. These awards are voted on and selected on by the by the instructor cadre and recognize recruits who excel day in and day out in the 4 pillars of the academy. It is the award of high honor as it signifies recruits that the instructors would like to work with on their crews. The Chief Company Awards for Class 13 are Marc-Andre Simone Petrie, Renton Regional Fire Authority. Visa Thatch, Mountain View Fire and Rescue. Scott Tompkins, King County Sheriffs. Last but not least, Ryan McFarland, King County Fire District 2. All right, so one more time, please join me in congratulating all of tonight's award winners.
Can we give one more big round of applause for our training officers? What a great group of people. You know, the recruits do form a very strong bond with each other. It's a bond that they will share for the rest of their lives. And they get to know each other, their ins and the outs, and they will track each other's careers all the way through. Each recruit class chooses one of their own to represent them at the graduation ceremony as the class speaker. And so I'm honored tonight to introduce to you the class speaker for recruit class number 13, firefighter Joshua Causey, King County Fire District 2.
Not hiding, just had to get this. First, I'm going to take the opportunity to have the last word. Visa Thatch, you did great. Chiefs, honored guests, family and friends, thank you for attending this graduation. First, a huge thanks to the families from whom we've taken so much time since January. We know that it hasn't been easy, and we appreciate the love and support that you've provided as we left home early, came home exhausted, spent the evenings and chunks of weekends reading and studying, and gave you whatever was left over. Thank you for enabling us to be the best versions of ourselves every day and sacrificing so much. I think a round of applause is the very least that we can do for them. Next, a huge thanks to the dedicated efforts of the Consortium training officers who spent so much time and energy on us. While some of us had previous fire or EMT experience, most of us had nothing, or maybe a little one. Good God, some of us are cops. Our cops. But in spite of that, we were trained to a high standard over set after set, rep after rep, day after day, and week after week. And by the end, they were willing to do something pretty wild. You signed your names on us, and you said, this person can represent my training to their department. To my department, to my community. I can trust this person to be a part of the first crew to show up when my house is burning, when my family's in danger. This person can run aid calls for my mom or do CPR on my dad. And from a guy who hadn't pulled any hose larger than garden before January, I think that's worth a round of applause as well. It's an honor to be up here right now. When I was asked to be speaker by then class leader Recruit Carlson, I assumed the job meant being an MC, shepherding along proceedings, reading a script. Turns out that somebody already had that job, and it turns out he's had that job locked down for years. No, this job just required writing an original speech and delivering it in a way that captures the spirit of the class. Kind of a tall order, and evidently I was the only person who didn't know that until the next day, when I had people saying, "Can't wait to hear your speech, man. Can't wait to hear what you come up with." And I'm glad somebody else said yes. It didn't take me long to come around to the idea, though. After all, I am genuinely proud to be a part of this wonderful group of people. People who've impressed me for months with their work ethic, intelligence, fitness, motivation, generosity, and kindness. With, wait for it, attitude, effort, performance, and teamwork. There have been many contributions that got us to the finish line, so I'm happy to let this speech be my small part that takes us the rest of the way. Lucky 13. How'd it go? Good, sir! Outstanding. But how'd it go? What did we learn? What will we carry with us to our first shift, to our last shift? More than just our recently earned certifications, those are just a byproduct of your efforts. They're a requirement to do the job as well, but it won't be that certification that helps you throw a ladder well or apply a cervical collar to a patient who needs it. It will be the foundation that was built here with us and with those TOs. What voices will play in your heads? Will it be Captain Chadwick telling you to find your passion? That it doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to be faster. Is it Captain John telling you that nothing really matters if you don't get there? Captain John, can I get a get there? Get there. Is it Captain Strobel impressing upon us that we should ascribe dignity and worth to every patient because while it might not be our family, it's someone's family and a human life? What memories will bring a smile to your face? Is it Portugal telling Lieutenant Hanks that the ideal tattoo for him would be to get a flag of Portugal? Is it Captain McCormick asking Recruit Carlson if he'd eaten an edible before coming in? Is it figuring out what recipe you get when you mix 1 part Lewis, 1 part cannelloni, and 1 35-foot extension ladder? The class knows exactly what I'm talking about. Is it learning that some of our 3-person engine companies were put together during ladder week just because it'd be funny to watch Tompkins carry a ladder between 2 people that are about a foot shorter than he is? Or hoping that Lucchese's car would get him to Station 74 on time? Who was there in the moments when you thought you'd really screwed things up and might be heading home early? Or the moments when you and your crew just absolutely crushed an evolution? When someone in your engine company bailed you out or showed you something new? Who took the time to develop medical scenarios and came in early to give people extra reps during EMT? That was Brooks. I guess what I'm trying to explain is that the impact you've had on me is profound. And whether or not you realize it, the one you've had on each other is equally so. At the risk of sounding nuts, you become the voices in my heads. A memory that I can't shake, and I really don't want to. Lucky 13, it's been a long journey to get to this point. Some of you have been trying to do this job for years, but what you've strived for is finally here. I cannot wait to see what you do over the course of your careers in the next few decades. It was a privilege to have spent so much time with you over these last few months, and it's disappointing to know that when we all start working shifts, I only get to work with 3 of you. Good luck, Godspeed, get there, and of course, bet on black. I always will.
Kazi, thank you. That was great. Well, recruits, it's time to receive your certificates and have your badges pinned. I just want to remind everybody, please, if you'd like to get a picture of the badge being pinned on your recruit, don't be shy. Come right on up to the front and get that picture of that badge being pinned. And remember, we're going to call 2 names at a time, and so just be respectful of that. But still, cheer on your recruit. It's very well deserved for that. So I'd like to ask and invite Battalion Chief Scott Galassi to the stage now for the badge pinning ceremony. Chief.
It is my honor and privilege this evening to present the badges to recruit Class 13. Congratulations, Class 13. It's a lot of hard work you put in, trust me, I know. The firefighter badge is rich with symbolism. Some badges have a red cross and some are in the shape of the Maltese cross. These two symbols not only stand for loyalty, but the cross also signifies our mission to assist people in times of trouble. The shield that was once used to protect an individual in battle now symbolizes the responsibility to place ourselves between an emerging disaster and our citizens in order to save lives and property. It is also emblazoned with symbols such as axes, nozzles, ladders, and other devices of the fire service. These symbols are arranged in a scramble which represents that these firefighters have earned the privilege of wearing them through their performance in the Recruit Academy. Most badges have a continuous circle that resembles an unbroken rope or chain. This illustrates dedication and commitment to duty. To the individual firefighter, the badge identifies the first significant achievement of their career. To the fire department, the badge identifies the firefighter as one of their own. To the citizen in need, the badge is a symbol that the person wearing it is someone they may turn to for assistance. The badge must be earned before it is worn. It is worn always with humility for the opportunity to serve, with respect for the job, and with the professionalism that the community expects and deserves. We will now present Recruit Class 13 with their firefighter badges. Recruit Joshua Kazi will be pinned by his grandfather and retired fire captain Bill Rowe. Austin Mikowski will be pinned by his wife, Katie Mikowski, and family. Ryan McFarland will be pinned by his wife, Kaylee McFarland, and family. Emily Stone will be pinned by her mother, Erin O'Neill. Assistant Chief Metz, please stand. Assistant Chief Metz, I present to you the probationary firefighters for King County Fire District 2. Benjamin Johnson will be pinned by his wife, Christina Johnson. Scott Tompkins would be pinned by his 4-year-old son, Cole Tompkins. Chief Thomas, please stand. Chief Thomas, I present you the probationary firefighters for King County Sheriff's ARF unit. Visa Thatch will be pinned by his girlfriend, Megan Wolgamott. Chief Smith, please stand. Chief Smith, I present to you the probationary firefighters for Mountain View Fire and Rescue. Nicholas Brooks will be pinned by his father, Merle Brooks. Sean Burkhart will be pinned by his wife, Gracie Burkhart, and family. Reed Carlson will be pinned by his father, Luke Carlson. And Robert Drake will be pinned by his father, retired Puget Sound firefighter engineer, Jeff Drake. Matthew Lessert will be pinned by his girlfriend, Olivia Thornton. Ryan Lewis will be pinned by his father, retired Puget Sound Fire Captain Greg Lewis. Joey Lucchese will be pinned by his father, Louis Lucchese, and family. Alex McCardle will be pinned by his mother and father, Mike and Karen McCardle. Jeremiah McNeil will be pinned by his wife, Amy McNeil. Taylor Mueller will be pinned by his wife, Paige Mueller. Joseph Nedadog will be pinned by his wife, Kimberly Nedadog. James Poyer will be pinned by his father, Steve Poyer. Kian Portugal will be pinned by his mother, Alicia Portugal. Kevin Ramsey will be pinned by his family friend and mentor, Mike Josephitis. Mark Rosser will be pinned by his wife, Brianna Rosser. Chief Morris, please stand. Chief Morris, I present to you the probationary firefighters for Puget Sound Regional Fire Authority. Brendan McIntyre will be pinned by his father, Todd McIntyre. Mark Andre Simone Petrie will be pinned by his wife, Katie Cook, and family. We're almost there, folks. Last and certainly not least, Shane Walter will be pinned by his wife, Sarah Walter, and family. Chief Heitman, please stand. Chief Heitman, I present to you the probationary firefighters for Renton Regional Fire Authority. And ladies and gentlemen, can I get one more round of applause for the new probationary firefighters from Class 13. I think we can keep that going because getting through the academy is difficult enough, but there was quite an abundance of young children in there that I saw made it even harder. So good job, class 13. Job well done. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Good looking group of people right here behind me, isn't it? How exciting. Congratulations, class 13, on your badges, and now no longer recruits, but probationary firefighters. The fire service is really, truly steeped in traditions, which is why we have our honor guard and our pipe band, part of that tradition, that we honor our past and the foundations of which we have come from. One of those traditions is the ringing of a bell. In years past, it was the sound of the bell that summoned firefighters to duty. At the completion of the call, the bell was rung again to signal that the duties had been completed and that they were now ready to respond to the next emergency. In the fire service today, the bell is used in ceremonies as a way to honor these traditions of our past, and they signify beginnings and endings. Tonight, the fire bell will be rung in honor of South King County Fire Training Consortium Recruit Academy Class number 13. 3 rings to signal the completion of the fire academy. 3 rings to signal the start of the new careers of these 25 probationary firefighters. Class 13, congratulations on the completion of a successful academy, the start of your new career. You are now ready to respond. Honor guard, would you please ring the bell? Well, on behalf of the South King County Fire Training Consortium and the represented departments and on these 25 probationary firefighters, I want to say thank you for being here tonight to celebrate the graduation of this class number 13. I again want to say a special thank you to the staff here at River of Life Fellowship for working with us to make this such a great ceremony, the consortium staff who've worked so hard to put this together. To the families of the 25 new probationary firefighters, thank you for the support that you have shown over these last 19 weeks of what felt like eternity. Everyone in this class knows they could not have gotten here without you. When asked why you decided to be a firefighter, you will most commonly hear, because I want to help people and I want to serve my community. And while that's mostly true, we really know the real reason is because these guys just love to fight fire. I want to conclude tonight's graduation with a charge to our newest firefighters, the probationary firefighters of Class 13. Firefighters, when you hear the sound of the alarm, may you respond with dedication. And when you are faced with adversity of trauma, may you respond with faith. When you are faced with sadness, may you respond with compassion. And when you're faced with the unknown, may you respond with courage. When faced with fear, may you respond with bravery. When you hold the hand of the young, the elderly, the dying or injured, may your heart overflow with comfort, knowing that you have made a difference in the life of that one. And may you never take for granted the honor that it is to be a firefighter. So a couple of issues before we dismiss tonight. First of all, you're all invited to stay for a reception here in the lobby. You're welcome to use the podium here as a backdrop for pictures. Makes a great backdrop. Battalion Chief Johnson is going to come dismiss his class one last time, and then we'll begin our dismissal procedures. The class will get a photograph together here in front of the podium. They need to meet with their respective department chiefs, and then we're going to turn them loose to you to get all the pictures you'd like to get with them. And so as Chief Johnson comes to dismiss his class for one last time, would you please give these 25 recruits a big round of applause. Congratulations. Chief. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This concludes our graduation ceremony tonight for the South King County Fire Training Consortium Recruit Academy Class number 13. Thank you for being here. You may be dismissed. Thank you.
Pictures.